How's it going, guys? It's Ryan here, and welcome to this real quick video. I just want to let you guys know about a couple things that were recently talked about by Jagex. And first off, I wanted to take a question real quick. I know I look really pale. I'm still brown. It's just bad lighting, you know. But yeah, Jagex just recently posted a live stream, and I know a lot of people probably aren't gonna click on it because it was like an hour and a bit long. So some people are like, no, nobody got time for that. So I decided I was gonna kind of give you guys the gist of it in about 2, 3, 4 minutes, depending on how organized I am and how well I can gather my thoughts. Basically, the most important part of this live stream, and the one thing I was slightly concerned about, was the release of level 85 weapons. Now, I have no immediate problem with that, and how it's going to work is it's going to be an attachment to a whip, an attachment to a staff of light, and an attachment to a dark bow. Pretty much these weapons are going to be dropped, or these attachments are going to be dropped from a sort of wilderness boss they're putting into the game. Pretty much they're putting a level 94 Slayer creature into the game. I think it's 94, it might be 95, which is going to be these wilderness worms, which are going to be in the deep wilderness, in the middle of high wilderness, and you'll be able to kill them if you've got a task. And they're just going to be high charm dropping, high Slayer experience giving, hard to kill Slayer creatures, which is always good. New Slayer update. Then they're also putting a boss in there in the same spot that'll come at a time or at an interval that hasn't really been decided yet, but it's going to pop up at times, and you'll be able to kill it. First thing they said it was going to be a drop from that is a new type of shark that basically it heals more HP if you're out of combat, but even in combat it heals the most hit points in the game. Now, due to balancing, we don't really know if the numbers are going to stay as they are, but in combat it healed 2,475 hit points, and out of combat it healed 2,800 hit points. So best food in the game, no problem at all with that. That's fair enough. It's going to be a hard boss to kill. It's going to be extremely dangerous in the deep wilderness. I think it's going to be a lot of fun for like clan events and things, because if you've got a big clan, you could just take over a world, and anyone not in your clan you can kill, and you could just camp the boss. I think that would be a lot of fun. But yeah, the important part was level 85 weapons. So yeah, like I said, it's going to be an attachment to basically old Slayer weapons. And how it's going to work, it's kind of like the Kraken Tentacle in old school, where you're going to give this item basically whips. For example, for the melee weapon, whips or whip vines. And in giving it whips or whip vines, you basically charge it up a percentage. And yeah, the whip is going to be a one-handed level 85 weapon. The new Staff of Light is going to be a level 85 two-handed staff. And then the Dark Bow is going to be a level 85 shield bow. But before you think shield bow, that sounds like shit. Who's ever going to use a shield bow? They basically are going to balance it out so that it is going to be pretty cool. So basically how they've done it is the shield bow is going to be able to absorb damage, and then at a certain point you're going to be able to release damage absorbed into an epic attack of doom, basically. So that's sort of where it's at right now. I know that whips and other items involved in there, like Slayer items, are going crazy in price. I'm not going to say invest in them or don't invest in them, because no one really knows what's going to come of these weapons or how good they're actually going to be. But yeah, there was one little concern I wanted to express, which is Dungeoneering, chaotics. What's gonna happen to that? Because really, Dungeoneering, why do most people start Dungeoneering? Well, they start Dungeoneering to get chaotics. That's how, or why I started Dungeoneering, and I think that's why most people start to train Dungeoneering, is to get the chaotics. And for me, I don't know if people are still gonna be Dungeoneering. So that basically, it begs a real balancing question, which is, as long as this new weapon is rare enough that it's high enough in price to be somewhere between level 90 weapons and level 80 and like existing level 80 weapons. So like, I'm not saying it should be 200 mil each, because that's more expensive than a level 90 weapon. That wouldn't make sense. But as long as it's got a price of like 20, 30, 40 mil even, I think that's totally fine, because some people will be like, you know what, I'm gonna Dungeoneer for chaotic because I don't want to spend the time to make 40 mil to buy this weapon that then requires me to feed it whips and things just to keep it charged up. So that's cool for me. But yeah, it's really a balancing question, because if they balance it poorly and it becomes really cheap, no one's gonna care about Dungeoneering anymore. It's gonna die out a lot. And I don't think that's good to have an entire skill in your game, because Dungeoneering is really why most people do it. And I mean, you could make the argument that there are tons of other rewards. A Charming Imp's good to get. But ultimately, me personally, and I think a lot of you guys as well, if you've got level 80 or 80 plus Dungeoneering, you probably have a chaotic weapon, because that's usually what most people go after. So yeah, options for that, well, hopefully they balance it right, but if they don't, hopefully they update some dungeoneering things just to make them a little more worth getting. But yeah, you never know. The point of this is I just want to let you guys know that that's what's happening. These new weapons are coming out. Deep Wilderness, they'll be out in the near future, but not that near future. They're still working on balancing and graphics and animations and things like that. So I'm not going to say they're going to be out super soon, but when they do come out, just you've been warned, they are coming out. But yeah, there was one other thing that happened in that stream that I wanted to talk about, which was they are releasing boss pets kind of like they have in Old School, where you'll kill a boss and you could get like a mini version of that boss to follow you around, which is pretty cool as well. I'm excited for that. It's just another rare drop that's going to be really fun to obtain, and they've actually made 26 of them, including bosses like Har Aiken from the Fight Kiln, which is going to be really, really cool. Like, I would love a mini Har Aiken. The other one that's going to be really, really awesome is the Queen Black Dragon. They're actually going to make a Queen Black Dragon pet. So yeah, anyway guys, I'm rambling on. This is way longer than I wanted it to be. But yeah, I just want to let you guys know about that stream and try to summarize it a little more quickly than the stream was, because the stream was like an hour and something. Although I do recommend watching the stream if you're kind of interested in what some of the pets look like or what some of the new weapons look like at the moment. They're probably going to change. So yeah, I will link it in the description below. But yeah, anyway guys, thanks so much for watching. Have a good one, and peace.